Hey guys, it's Dan here, and today we're going to make bed supports. But why supports for a bed, you say? Well, it's because I live in an old house, and old houses don't have even floors. And when you have 6 legs on a bed, you realize just how uneven a floor can be. Alright, let's get to the build. I'm using Fusion 360 to design these feet for my bed's legs. The first thing I did was create a component. And now I'm making a sketch of a square since the legs on my bed are square tubing. The legs are 30 millimeters in either direction, and this square will be the platform each leg will rest on. To make the fit slide on easier, I'm adding a tolerance of 0.2 millimeters to each side. This should all make sense here shortly. To make the walls of the foot, I'm just going to use the offset tool to make another square around the first square that is 2 millimeters bigger in every direction. When extruded up, it will make 2 millimeter thick walls. Now I am using the fillet tool to round over the sides of the foot to make them less sharp, and this will also make them a little more aesthetically pleasing. I can select all corners and change them at once to the same size. I am now going to extrude the blue selected part to make the walls of the foot. I extruded to 12 millimeters to make the walls 10 millimeters tall on the inside, since I planned on extruding the bottom square platform to 2 millimeters. To do this, I just have to turn on the sketch again and select the inner square. Then I can extrude 2 millimeters and have the operation set to join so it will be one solid part. And here it is. This part was really easy to create and should show you that designing things in 3D can be easier than you might think. After seeing that the test part fit perfectly, I printed 2 different sizes. The left one is the test part with the 2 millimeter thick bottom. The middle ones are 6 millimeters thick, and the one on the right is 15 millimeters thick. I really only needed to use one of the middle ones and the 15 millimeter one. The 3 back legs of my bed against the wall and the middle leg on the front half of my bed contact the floor, and it's just the 2 legs at the head and foot on the front half of the bed that do not contact the floor. As I'm showing some of the dimensions, you can see I had some bed adhesion issues causing the corners to lift. This is PCTPE by Tolman, and it's a flexible filament that I haven't printed too much with, but it's great at being strong and flexible. This part was printed at a 20% infill and was also printed with a slightly clogged nozzle without my prior knowledge. This led to a part that was way too squishy for a structural part. I will show you in my slicer Cura what the infill looks like when changed. Having a denser infill will make the print stronger, but can waste time and material after a certain point, so I'm comparing the differences between 50, 60, and 70% infills. After all this, I eventually went with a 65% infill because mathematically, for some reason, it was slightly better than 60% on material usage and time while being potentially stronger. This can possibly be because of how the slicer fills the cube with the grid. I'm not fully sure. Here's the old part. It is super squishy, as you can see. Here's the new part printed at a 65% infill. It's very solid and doesn't compress at all. This piece in the middle is a failed print because the nozzle had a clog in it. This is partly why the old part failed and was so squishy. It also had delamination on some of the layers. This thing is so soft it feels like a foam or a sponge. Since it was basically printing thin strings instead of solid plastic, it basically weaved a 3D mesh together, which is very cool as a material, but not useful structurally. If someone could reliably print PCTPE this way, it could be like a good insole for these 3D printed shoes you're seeing, or anything else that needs to be soft. But overall, this final one works really well, even though its corners did peel up a little. Look at that, no flex. Alright, thanks again guys for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a like. Please leave a comment below and be sure to subscribe. If you want to check out some of my other videos, go ahead. And here's a sneak peek for our future video.